Well, hello from the forge. As you can tell from the looks of me, I've already been working today. Right now the temperature in the forge is 104 degrees Fahrenheit. And the humidity out here is set to, you're an idiot if you stay in the forge any longer. So I'm done. Put up a new flue pipe this morning because I got tired of breathing all the smoke. I should have replaced my flue pipe in November, and I finally got around to doing it. I did get a little forging done, made a little short video. We had a viewer ask about forging some tongs. I forged just some little simple tongs because I had some horseshoe work to do. And the horseshoe tongs that I forged 10 years ago, well, they still work, but I thought it was time for a little smaller, a little lighter set. These actually turned out pretty good. So anyway, that's what we're doing on the video today. Stick around, let's see how it's done. Be sure and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you get the notifications. Leave us a comment in the comment section. Sure do like to hear from you. God bless and have a great day. Okay, our starting stock is going to be a piece of 3/8 by 3/4 flat stock. These are just going to be small tongs, so I'm good with that. You can use whatever stock you have. Usually I prefer to work with 5/8 square. But I don't have any 5/8 square. I also don't have a square edge on my handle, so I'm using my little block that I made. And I'm marking off, and I'm starting to forge the jaws. Now my little block that I've got in the hardy hole there that gives me that square edge, it's 3/4. So I'm drawing the jaw out roughly the width of the bar stock itself. And I'm coming down, I'm trying to leave the jaw about 1/4 inch thick. Now on the other side of this piece of bar stock that I'm holding, I've already forged the other jaw for these tongs. So that jaw is pretty close. Now we're going to offset for the boss, which is the part the pin goes through. And again, I want the boss to be about 3/4 inch wide. And you can see how the boss is actually going to be forged down onto the opposite side from the jaw. The reins. The reins are the handles of the tong. I'm forging down for the reins, and the rein will be on the opposite side of the jaw. I'm not really good at making tongs. There are a lot of people that are really good at it, and they can whip these out with no problem at all without even thinking. I very seldom make tongs. Usually it's not worth the time, but hey, a viewer asked to see a set made, so that's what I'm doing. Let's cool that out. And there, you can see how I've got the two sides forged out. Now I've split the bar stock in two, so I've got the two sides. And I'm offsetting the jaw to one side. You can see that there. How it's offset to one side. Now the other jaw will have to be offset to match it. So we're going to offset that other jaw over to match, so that they'll be sort of lined up when the tongs go together. Now I could just draw all that extra steel out and make the reins out of that, but I'm not going to. I'm going to cut these off and weld some round stock on for the reins, just because it's hot, I'm lazy, and there you go. See how it fits together? It's hot, I'm lazy, and I don't feel like doing all that hammering right now. But we do have to draw it down and kind of get both sides about the same. And there'll be a little cleanup work for the forging down there, the jaws, that I could do with a grinder or with a file, and I did it with a grinder. You can see right there where I've gone in and polished that up and cleaned it up. Now, if that isn't cleaned up right in there, your tongs will bind. The bosses won't ride together right, and the jaws will bind on each other. So now I've got my two halves done. All I need to do is just weld on the reins. And like magic, there's one done. There's the other one done. And we'll clean those up a little bit. And punch our holes in the boss and drill the hole. I'm just gonna go with a 3/16 pin in these. 3/16 is enough for these small tongs. And you can see I've got our pin. That's how everything's gonna fit together. Just go clean everything up one more time and make sure it is, where it needs to be. And I'm gonna use this ball peen to make a little dimple in the bottom and top of the jaw. And let's straighten that rein out a little bit. Now that dimple in the jaw, don't know what it's for, don't know if it helps, don't know if it doesn't. I've seen some of the farrier's tongs that have that dimple into the round jaw on the farrier's tongs. And well, if a farrier uses it and it holds horseshoes for him, it ought to hold for me. But you could chisel in a pattern so that you would have more grip, or you could take a grinder and cut in a little pattern on the jaw to give you a little more grip, whatever you want to do there. Let's fit it together and make sure it works. Yep, it's pretty good. Time to work that pin over. Got it hot. I'm just gonna brad one side of the pin, and then the other side of the pin. Make sure everything opens, and if it's a little tight, you can stick it in the quench bucket and work the reins back and forth to loosen it up. We'll just adjust our jaws to make sure they fit the stock we're going to be working with. Cool it out. Yep, that's pretty good, nice and tight, no wiggle. That'll do right there. That's just fine.